US National Anthem, the Star Spangled Banner, is most definitely one of the harder, if not the hardest national anthems to sing, as a song performed on various different occasions and by countless singers. It's been through a lot. It's had its marvelous, legendary renditions, some forgettable ones, and of course some embarrassingly awful ones. My European ear has always been surprised by how much vocalists get to change and add to the original composition, with vocal runs and different ad-libs. Of course, some do less, some do more, and that's what this video is about. Our players in this game are Lady Gaga, Christina Aguilera, Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, Beyoncé, and Demi Lovato. On this chart I've made, you can see the number of ad-libs each singer did, ranging from 5 till 29. Please try and take a guess who's who. I, of course, will not tell you now. I'll reveal the results one by one and do a quick analysis for each singer. We'll see how many you got right. Before we get into it, for the sake of this video, each vocal ornamentation that includes at least 2 notes is counted as an ad-lib or a run. So technically, oh say is not a run, although it is a change from the original. But oh say counts as a run. I hope everything is clear. Without further ado, let's get into it. Starting with the one and only. This is simply a grandiose performance. Whitney's heroic tone carries the song with grace and power. The use of runs is quite minimal yet incredibly impactful. Whitney also got to tastefully take a few stylistic liberties with the composition, playing around with tempo, phrasing, and register switches. I cannot imagine how powerful and moving it would be for Americans to listen to the national anthem performed like that. I'm honestly jealous. This is pure brilliance. Whitney, you're so missed. Number 5 with 8 ad-libs in total. Lady Gaga takes a similar route to Whitney. Clear diction, good phrasing, a few register switches, and a strong, prominent vibrato.
Can you see whose broad stripes and bright stars?
There is more ad-libs, even some notable ones.
Whoa, say way.
However, I'd say it's still on the more minimalistic side. Yes, this is still minimalistic, trust me. Number 4 with 10 added runs. We have a rendition by Demi Lovato. For the first minute, Demi's delivery is pretty straightforward, as they focus on clear phrasing and a powerful sound. The key is quite high, so Demi quickly goes into a full-on chesty belt. There is less variety when it comes to dynamics compared to previous 2 renditions. In the second minute, Demi's runs wake up to life. For better or for worse, however, they don't get too crazy, in my opinion. It may be one of the weaker performances on this list, but it's still solid. Number 3. With 17 rounds in total. Quite a jump from the previous renditions in terms of the number of runs. Beyoncé starts quite calm and chill. She brings a tasteful variety of dynamics, her diction is clear, the melody flows smoothly. with a few interesting stylistic choices along the way. Beyoncé truly lets go, or at least it seems like it, in the second half of the song. The runs become more frequent and definitely noticeable. Of course, there is a memorable ending. This rendition leans more towards over the top. Nonetheless, there is still balance there. Number 2 of 23 ad-libs. Now, are you surprised? Okay, yeah, I had decided not to be a menace and didn't choose the infamous one. Although, I was close, okay? She is the only singer to riff already in the first line, okay?
Can you see?
With 23 runs in total, you can probably imagine they happen frequently. It seems like Christina actively tries to stay more reserved, however, it is hard to fight your own nature.
Stars through the perilous fight.
Although a decent chunk of the things she added were quite tasteful and well executed,
Early light was so gallantly streaming.
there also had been a few misses along the way.
Wait, oh, for real.
The raised red glare was a unique, interesting touch.
And the rocket's red glare.
This rendition spans almost 2 octaves because of this change. The vocal delivery is strong for the most part, although I'm afraid way too turbulent for a national anthem. But we still have one more. On paper, 29 runs seem like so much, way too much. So tell me, how the hell has Mariah managed not to turn this rendition into an oversung roller coaster of a mess? There is a wide variety of different runs here. Some are really small, quick and subtle.
What's somewhere only we have, or the ramparts may wide.
And there are a few more complex ones. Honestly, this performance is one of those proving how masterful of a user of vocal agility Mariah really is. The runs are well incorporated into the melody with a natural, smooth flow to them, as if they were a part of the original vocal composition. Of course, the ad-libs are noticeable. However, the execution is really as seamless as it gets. And that's what beautiful musicianship does. Oh yeah, and she did that too. In general, this rendition feels very triumphant. I of course see how, despite how impressive all this is, it may come off as ultimately too overdone for a national anthem. So I hadn't planned this, but I love how 2 best renditions, arguably but not really, are on the absolute opposite sides of the spectrum. Isn't that so cool? It tells us that ultimately it's not the number of added riffs that make or break the performance. In both cases, it's the mix of beautiful tone, strong technique, and musicality. It takes a huge amount of skill to deliver a spectacular performance with minimal added flair. And it also takes unbelievable control to go more all out without sounding cheap and unprofessional in the process. So which one do you prefer? Which one is your favorite? Please let me know. I'm curious to read through your comments. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time. For now, bye guys. Oops.